Hello, good morning. Good morning to all my dear students. So now today I am just starting with the first module of IFS, that is Growth and Regulation of Indian Financial System. So today just first topic of that module is financial system of pre and post liberalization. First of all, I will just let you know what actually the financial system is and what actually the liberalization is. Financial system is the system that actually you need to maintain, or you need to make a system of finance, how to use it, how to save it, where to invest it. These all are by maintaining or by doing the finance in a systematic way. Maintaining the finance in a systematic way is what known as financial system. Liberalization means what? To be a liberal, to give freedom, right? So this is what actually the liberalization is. Liberalization is actually pre and post, that is before 1991 how the liberalization was, and now after 1991 till today how the liberalization is. Earlier there was a government's control and restrictions and prohibitions for trading or for investing anywhere or anything, right? So now, earlier the situation was different, but now the situation is totally different. There are not that much restrictions as earlier it was. And how the change in the liberalization came? As the change came because there was just a decrease in the national income. There were many problems being faced because foreign currency was just not coming to our country. These all are problems were faced by our country, right? So due to that, the liberalization policies changed and it became a liberal, right? So this is all about pre and post liberalization. We will just see over here the main process of here credit creation is that well organized financial system is necessary. Obviously, if your financial system will be well maintained and organized, then and then only you can just get a main objective, whatever your objective is. Suppose your objective is to save, to invest, or to fulfill your demand. How we will take it or how we will achieve it? Only when your financial system will be in a proper way, right? So here the main here is to transfer the savings into investment, and here financial system is necessary. Now the main very nice definition is given about the financial system. Here the term financial system is a set of interrelated activities and services working together to achieve predetermined goal. Here predetermined goal when you will achieve, when your financial system will be maintained in a proper way, right? Here it includes different markets, financial institutions, financial instruments, financial services, mechanisms which actually influence the generations of savings, investment, capital formation and growth. So this is the very nice definition being given by the about the financial system. Various other definitions are given over here by the various economists. But now directly we will switch over here to the pre-liberalization position of the Indian financial system. Pre-liberalization means before 1991 what actually there was. What it was? The first one is low rate of interest on government securities. The government securities where we need to invest over there, वहाँ पे हमको क्या मिलता था? लो इंटरेस्ट रेट. एड हॉक ट्रेजरी बिल्स, मतलब कि यहाँ पे 4.6 लीडिंग था, फिस्कल डेफिसिट था ड्यूरिंग द 1980s. किस पे था? तो पब्लिक फिनेंस पे था. तो दिस इज अबाउट एड हॉक ट्रेजरी बिल्स. Now we will see segmented financial market. What is segmented? That it was during the 1990s where financial sector was segmented and underdeveloped. इट वॉज सेगमेंटेड मतलब डिवाइड किया गया था वेरियस सेगमेंट्स में और अंडर डेवलप्ड में कंसीडर किया गया था. इट वॉज नॉट दैट मच वेल ऑर्गेनाइज. उस टाइम पे इतना वेल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड नहीं था. फोर्थ वन इज स्कैरसिटी ऑफ फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स. Scarcity of financial instruments says here that there was a restrictions. मैंने आपको बताया कि पहले restrictions थे काफ़ी जगहों पे. इसकी वजह से हम क्या कर पाते, इतना डेवलप नहीं कर पाते थे. हमारे यहाँ पे फॉरेन करेंसी नहीं आती थी, नेशनल इनकम भी बहुत लो हो गया था, राइट. ये सारी चीज़ें बहुत थी. तो यहाँ पे restrictions किस पे थी? restrictions on the corporate sector. Financial market was facing a scarcity of financial instruments. So here this was also the main during the pre. Now we will, sixth point, we will see preemption of resources. Preemption of resources means right of purchasing. There was like in government debt which actually market to fulfill the statutory reserve requirement. जितनी requirement थी उसके हिसाब से fulfill होता था. So here the seventh one is limited scope in the foreign exchange market. मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया कि यहाँ पे फॉरेन एक्सचेंज जो होता था, फॉरेन करेंसी आती थी, उसमें हमको क्या मिलता था, स्कोप हमारा कैसा होता था, लिमिटेड होता था. वाई? बिकॉज ऑफ दी सम ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट प्रेशर्स, राइट. हम उनके अप्रूवल के बिना आगे कुछ नहीं कर पाते थे और उसकी अप्रूवल की प्रोसीजर बहुत बड़ी होती थी, right. So here there is a limited scope in the, there was a limited scope in the foreign exchange. Why? Because most of the such transactions were not possible without the approval of the government, right. So this is also the main point over here. Now we will see the main objectives of financial system. मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या थे हमारे फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम को करने के लिए? तो मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स थे टू रिमूव द एक्सेसिव रेगुलेशन. एक्सेसिव रेगुलेशन यानी क्या कि कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज़ वगैरह रिमूव हो जाए उसके हिसाब से, और हमारा एटमॉस्फेयर है एफिशिएंट हो जाए, प्रोडक्टिव हो जाए, प्रॉफिटेबल हो जाए. इसीलिए मेन हमारा एम और हमारा मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम फॉलो करने का ये था. टू प्रोवाइड द फंक्शनल ऑटोनॉमी. फंक्शनल ऑटोनॉमी इज़ व्हाट कि ऑपरेशनल और फंक्शनल दोनों में ऑटोनॉमी, ताकि इंटरमीडिएरीज फाइनेंशियल के जो होते थे वो फैसिलिटेट करे हमारे ग्रोथ को लिए, ठीक है, ग्रोथ के लिए. दैट इज़ फॉर द हेल्दी फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम. दिस वाज आल्सो द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव ओवर हियर फॉर द फाइनेंशियल रिफॉर्म्स. Third one is to determine the price and rate of interest. Here, financial market dynamics that it enables to discover the price and to determine the rate of interest, and that it will affect the efficient allocation of financial resources. So here main aim also was there to get the determination of the proper price and the proper rate of interest. Fourth one is to face the challenges of the international financial system. The here main aim is what of the external finance sector was an appropriate manner in a domestic sector that it changes the international financial system. फिफ्थ वन इज़ फॉर दी फिनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी, ताकि फिनेंस की जो सिचुएशन है वो हर एक डिफरेंट सिचुएशन में प्रॉपरली मेजर्स ले सके और स्टेबल रहे सिचुएशन में. ऐसा नहीं है कि चलो आगे पीछे होती रहे. फिनेंस को मेंटेन करना, उसकी सिस्टमेटिक में रखना बहुत ईजी काम नहीं है, राइट. सो दिस इज हाउ द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स दिस वे टू हैव अ financial stability in all the different situations. So these were the main objectives of the financial system reforms. Now we will see the post liberalization. पोस्ट लिबरलाइजेशन मतलब उसके बाद आफ्टर 1991 मतलब 1992 के बेसिस पे हमारे में क्या क्या चेंज आए थे. नरसिम्हन कमिटी वाज देयर टू इनिशिएट the post liberalization, and it was constituted of the liberalization policies about foreign direct investment, public enterprise reforms, trade liberalization, financial sector reforms, and also being considered over here the non-banking finance, commercial banking, capital markets. These all were also considered in the financial reforms. Now we will see which actually the salient features were for the financial sectors here for the reforms which actually were included. The first one is there was an overall economic reforms being considered under the financial sector. The main focus over here was that to build a structure in a proper way, to build a structure and remove the weaknesses which were actually being triggered for the financial market. The third one is reforms about the government securities that smoothen the maturity of the structure of debt. Fourth one was for developing an active secondary market. Fifth one was about strengthening the standards and maintain the proper risk system, stock exchange, and for the safety of the financial market. Sixth one was here to maintain the structural reforms and market segments, and here for the free pricing of the financial assets, pricing on capital issues and exchange rates. Seventh one over here was to improve the financial soundness and creditability of the bank. And the eighth one was here that RBI regulations which stipulate the upper limit of which the public deposits which NBFC can accept. So here liberalization was initiated in the 1992 and 1993 by getting a market oriented and market efficiency. Now I will just start with the other topic, that is organization structure of Indian financial system. Here you will see in the diagram that Indian financial system is having a proper structure regarding, and it's really very much IMP. It is actually divided into three. The one is financial market, the second one is financial intermediaries, the third one is financial instrument. Here financial market is also divided into two, that is organized and unorganized. Here organized is divided into four sections. What actually the money market is, capital market is, forex market and credit market, we will see in the detail. Money market is divided into treasury bills, call money, CBLO, bills market, interbank participants, CP, CDs, gift edge securities, right? So now in the other is capital market. It is also divided into industrial market, government security market and long debt market. So here financial market. What is financial market? सबसे पहले financial market वो एक market है जो उसमें financial assets create होते हैं या transfer होते हैं, ठीक है. और financial market attract करती है funds को कि इन्वेस्ट फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टर्स एंड मेक द प्रॉपर चैनल, राइट. यहाँ पे फाइनेंशियल ट्रांजैक्शंस क्या क्या इन्वॉल्व करता है, क्रिएट करता है या तो क्या करता है, ट्रांसफ़र करता है सारे फाइनेंशियल assets, right? So here the main industrialist needs the funds for the various objectives like technological development, expansion plan, working capital requirement, right, money market, or through its various instruments which provides the financial support to the industrialist. So here it provides an easy access in the financial market. अगर ये पूरा स्ट्रक्चर होता है तो हमको क्या पड़ता है, सारे इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट जो होते हैं उनको ईजी पड़ता है और उनको लेंदी प्रोसेस है ये एक फॉलो करने की, उनको थोड़ा समझ में जल्दी आ जाता है. दैट इज़ हाउ टू रेज द मनी फ्रॉम द कैपिटल मार्केट. इट बिकम्स अ लेंदी प्रोसेस. सो वाइल इफ़ यू आर डूइंग इन द मनी मार्केट द लेंथ एंड द प्रोसीजर गेट्स रिड्यूस्ड. अगर कैपिटल मार्केट का रहता है तो बहुत ही लंबी प्रोसीजर होती है, लेकिन अगर इसी तरीके से अगर हम मनी मार्केट में जाते हैं तो हमारी प्रोसीजर थोड़ी क्या हो जाती है, कम हो जाती है. वाई? बिकॉज वन कैन रेज द फंड्स प्रॉम्प्टली एट अ लो कॉस्ट. सो दिस इज हाउ द फाइनेंशियल मार्केट इज बीइंग फर्दर डिवाइडेड इनटू, that is organized and unorganized. What is organized? Organized is such a system where financial market consists of those markets which are properly organized and under control. क्या है? Properly organized and under control in one or the more regulator. The other one is unorganized. Unorganized market क्या होती है? There is without any control or regulator. That is unorganized. Right. So here the rates of interest are generally tending to be high than the organized market. So now we will just see actually the types of financial market. हमने देख लिया financial market का organized and unorganized. अब इसके हम types of financial market देखेंगे. That is money market, capital market, forex market और credit market. ये सब क्या होता है, ठीक है. सबसे पहले हम देखेंगे what actually the money market is. Here, money market is a market for a short-term financial assets and that are close substitute for money, facilitates the exchange of money in a primary and a secondary market. Very basic thing, like. Okay, now we will just see what actually the capital market is. Here, capital market is actually considered as a most important part of the financial system in any country, and it provides the long term funds. Here it provides the long term funds for the various expansion of the plans and the long term projects. It is about capital market. और मनी मार्केट में क्या था, वो सारा होता है शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए, ठीक है. मनी मार्केट शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए होता है, कैपिटल मार्केट लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए होता है. Forex market. What is Forex market? Here actually Forex markets deals with the multi-currency requirement which are actually meant for the exchange of currency. वो किसके लिए काम आता है Forex market? मल्टी करेंसी, मतलब आपको पता है हर एक कंट्री की करेंसी अलग होती है, राइट. सो इट इज़ हियर हाउ टू मेंट फॉर द एक्सचेंज ऑफ करेंसी. यहाँ पे ट्रांसफ़र ऑफ फंड्स जो होता है, मार्केटिंग डिपेंड होता है कि कौन सी एक्सचेंज रेट पे प्रिवेल करना है, कौन सी डेट पे ट्रांजैक्शन करना है. सो दिस इज़ हाउ इट इज़ कंसिडर्ड एज द मोस्ट डेवलप्ड एंड इंटीग्रेटेड मार्केट अक्रॉस द ग्लोब. फॉरेक्स मार्केट समझ में आ गया. इट इज़ फॉर द एक्सचेंज ऑफ मल्टी करेंसी, ठीक है, और एक्सचेंज ऑफ करेंसीज. नाउ वी विल जस्ट सी व्हाट एक्चुअली द फोर्थ पॉइंट इज. द फोर्थ वन इज credit market. Credit market is also a place where banks, FIIs, NBFCs offers a short, medium and long term loans. मतलब credit market है वो हमको लोन ऑफर करता है. लोन कौन सी ऑफर करता है? शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए भी, मीडियम के लिए भी और लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए भी. किसको ऑफर करता है? टू द कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर एंड एज वेल एज इंडिविजुअल्स. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द टाइप्स ऑफ financial market. Now we will see what actually the financial intermediaries are. Financial intermediaries here are which actually plays an important role for the development of the financial system. Here it helps also and guides also for the investor about how to invest, where to invest, for taking the decision of it and encouraging for the investment. So here financial intermediaries can change the depending upon the type of the market. मार्केट में जैसी सिचुएशन होगी तो उसके हिसाब से उसका डिसीजन क्या होगा, चेंज होगा. हर बार का सेम नहीं होता है, राइट. जैसे आपको पता है कि म्यूचुअल फंड्स हैं या आप कई प्रॉपर्टी में इन्वेस्ट करो तो वो एक क्राइसिस की सिचुएशन है या बूम की सिचुएशन. वो सारी सिचुएशंस को देख के फाइनेंशियल इंटरमीडियरीज हमको गाइड करते हैं that where to invest and which transactions to be done in a smooth and efficient manner by providing the various services for both the parties, that is the investor and the issuer. So this is the role being played by the financial intermediaries. Financial instrument. What is financial instruments? Here financial various instruments are there as we saw ना. वेरियस फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स लाइक ट्रेजरी बिल्स हैं, ये सारे क्या हो जाते हैं हमारे लिए इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स हो जाते हैं, ठीक है. कि उससे क्या करते हैं हम ट्रांजैक्शंस करते हैं, वेरियस पार्टीज़ को सेटिस्फैक्शन मिलता है. ये एक टूल है हमारी फाइनेंशियल नीड का, राइट. सो हियर यूज्ड एज अ मीन्स टू रेज द fund. So here prerequisites of the market that actually readily being acceptable in the instruments and continuously available. So here the most important aspect of the financial system is actually the availability of the proper instruments. The availability of the proper instruments at a right time and at a reasonable cost. See here it is as that it should be available at a proper time and at in the reasonable cost. So financial instruments like मैं told you कि मनी मार्केट है तो उसमें कॉल मनी है, ट्रेजरी बिल्स हैं, सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ डिपॉजिट है, कॉमर्शियल पेपर है, ये सारे क्या हैं फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स हैं, ठीक है. सी हियर बेसिक एग्जांपल्स आर गिवन, कॉमर्शियल पेपर्स एंड ट्रेजरी बिल्स, term money, certificate of deposit. So these are the various instruments of